Imagine paying up to 5 times the going rate to rent your home right now.
As a matter of fact, that's exactly what the state of Wisconsin is doing, renting dozens of homes, and the homes are for convicted sex offenders. Fox 11 is on special assignment this evening, and Mark Leland investigates where your tax money is being spent.
In a modest older neighborhood on Green Bay's west side, renters can find a pretty good deal.
Yes.
How much do you rent for?
$675.
Jason Craning with his family recently moved into this single-family home on Norwood Avenue. Coming from Florida, Jason was pleased with the low rents he found. But it turns out as a taxpayer, he's actually paying for more than just his home.
So if I told you one of your neighbors, the state is paying $2,500 a month rent for that, what would be your reaction?
The state's paying for it?
Yes.
He's not paying for it?
No. Tax dollars.
It's disheartening. Especially when I work hard and my wife works hard. We have a child. So yeah, it's disheartening. It's unfortunate.
The home in question is similar in size to the Craning rental home, but documents obtained from DHS, the Department of Health Services, show the state is paying $2,500 a month in rent. And it's to house a convicted sex offender on supervised release.
Like I said, it's upsetting. There's no other words I can. If I said other words, you'd have to bleep them. Yeah.
Neighbors figure a fair rent for the property should be $500 or $600 a month. That makes $2,500, 4 to 5 times the going rate. But that is not the only example of high rental rates. 2 blocks away, the state is renting this home for $1,800 a month to house another sex offender.
Yeah, it's plain stupid. Spending people's tax money like that. It's crazy. Yeah. Rent $2,500 and $1,800. That needs to stop now. It does.
The state is currently paying the rent on 28 homes across the state. 4 of those are in Brown County. The total rent payments for all 28 homes is nearing $46,000 a month. That comes to $550,000 a year. It should be pointed out these sex offenders who were not identifying have served their full prison sentence. They are on supervised release from the state's Sandridge Treatment Facility in Mauston. That's where the most dangerous sex offenders after prison are involuntarily committed if a judge rules they are sexually violent persons. 344 live here today. If a court decides they're no longer a danger, they can be released. Those who have made improvements but still need supervision can petition for supervised release.
Sandridge officials originally agreed to an on-camera interview to discuss the costs of the supervised release program. They even offered to show me around the place. But all that was canceled by a DHS spokesperson. She called to indicate the state agency was not happy that we were going to identify where the properties were located.
In an exchange of pre-interview emails, though, I did ask about those high rental costs. Lloyd Sinclair, the Sandridge Community Programs Director, told me, quote, "We seek to find the best bargains. We're all taxpayers and want to keep costs down." He went on to say, landlords know that we have so many impediments to finding suitable housing, and they also often put up with a fair share of harassment to themselves and sometimes their families, so they charge us a premium. Sinclair told me the state often contacts landlords they've worked with in the past when additional rental properties are needed. And according to state documents, 2 landlords, it turns out, rent multiple homes to the state. 3 of the homes in Brown County are owned by William Travis, who rents and manages properties through Travis Enterprises. When contacted by phone, Travis did not want to talk about his rentals. But real estate records show the Norwood Avenue home owned by Travis was purchased back in 2009 for just $32,000. At $2,500 a month, the state could have owned the home in just 13 months, but instead continues to pay the rent.
I asked Sandridge officials why not just buy the homes. They indicated that was not an option and it would take the state legislature to change that.
So I tracked down State Senator Michael Ellis of Neenah, president of the Senate, to find out.
Is there a law that needs to be changed
Well, there's only one law that we could find. There is no law that says the state cannot own a facility and house people. That's not the deal.
Ellis looked into the rental costs and agreed buying homes makes more fiscal sense.
Over 10 years of what we're doing, it's going to cost us $5.5 million over the course of the next 10 years. We also know that we could purchase 9 homes and save $4 million. We know that because it's just pure mathematics.
Ellis says the legislature would have to alter the state statute that deals with how many sex offenders can be placed in a given area. His figures include placing 3 offenders in each purchased home. Right now, DHS policy allows no more than 2 offenders in the same residence. But in Brown County, all 4 live alone in high-priced rentals, including those 2 in Green Bay who are just 2 blocks apart.
Well, I know it sounds ridiculous. It does, but we're going to look into it. And I know we can save money. You triggered this thing. I did not. But it caught my attention when you were telling me what we're paying for rent. That's just money down the drain.
A special legislative committee recently issued a report evaluating the criteria for granting a sexually violent person supervised release. But there was no scrutiny of the housing costs. Ellis, who was not a part of the committee, says he will pursue a fiscal review. On special assignment, Mark Leland, Fox 11 News.
More information about the civil commitment of sexually violent persons in Wisconsin, costing more than $54 million, is in the latest report released just last month, and a link to that report is in the Newslink section of fox11online.com. And if you have a concern you would like looked into, send the On Special Assignment team an email at osa@wluk.com.